Only on WBTV, new video sheds important light on the devastating consequences of a federal task force bust gone wrong.
Yeah, the video comes as a result of WBTV fighting and winning for its unsealing in federal court. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles walks us through it.
It's the early morning hours of November 1st, 2019. A man walks out of his home in northwest Charlotte. Moments later, an FBI task force waiting outside closes in as he runs back into the house. From Gastonia Police, this is Task Force Officer Clarence Belton. These are his task force partners, and this is CMPD Officer Heather Loveridge and her partner. They're not on the task force, but according to court filings, they've been called in for perimeter support. The task force has a search warrant as part of a drug investigation. What's about to happen after this man runs inside has become the subject of controversy and a lawsuit that spent years slogging its way through federal court.
I've got 45 years of law enforcement experience.
This is Dr. Roy Taylor, who I asked to watch the video with me. He's a police litigation specialist and longtime police chief with experience on federal task forces like this one. He has no connection to the incident or the lawsuit, but he researched both at my request.
I'm going to start it right before the suspect runs into the garage in the house.
Belton and his partner, just off screen, are about to use a battering ram to take down the door. When they do, court filings say a woman is standing there, just off screen, with a gun pointed at them. Belton and his partners shoot. Belton feels his arm go numb, his gun drops, and he collapses and will later testify that he crawled and stumbled out of the garage while continuing to take fire. It's hard to see here.
It adds legitimacy to the fact that he was actually crawling. There he is right there. You can just make out his profile.
As he crawls, CMPD Officer Loveridge fires at him. Records say it was 14 times. Loveridge would testify in court. She had heard the shots fired in the doorway, saw no officers left in the garage, and thought Belton was the suspect. Belton was the only black officer on the task force, and the suspect, Loveridge had been told, was also black.
If a person is crawling toward you without a visible gun, is that something you can shoot at?
Absolutely not. Irrelevant that it's a police officer. It wouldn't matter if it was the suspect or the woman that pulled the gun or an innocent person in the house. There's no justification for firing that weapon.
Belton survived, but with permanent injuries.
Officer down, start that way.
He's suing Loveridge in the city of Charlotte for negligence. At the heart of the case, a test of the leading legal decision that governs much of the modern-day use of force nationwide. That's Graham versus Connor, a Charlotte incident that went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1989. It's a legal decision that Dr. Taylor says all officers, including those at CMPD, are trained on multiple times.
You know, her defense, I mean, this is a very quickly unfolding, dangerous situation, but again, you don't use deadly force unless there is a threat of deadly force being used against you or somebody else.
But there are larger issues at play, as this video shows. Loveridge, for example, has pointed to how difficult it was to see the words police on Belton's vest. Dr. Taylor sees this case as one where different decisions from the task force after the suspect ran inside could have changed the outcome.
This is much more than a few task force officers really should tackle. They really should pull back, secure the perimeter, and wait for reinforcements to come.
Is there a larger conversation to be had about the training and the regulations for these types of missions?
I think so.
1223, we got shots fired out here on Oakburn.
Reporting in Charlotte, Naomi Coles, WBTV, on your side.